Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome to part 7 of my Te Awaroa playthrough. We're just going to be going through this map as we had been with last episode. Hopefully get more things and as we get closer to the end. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, or enjoy. If you do, feel free to like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow.
Alright,
So,
you're stupid.
hope you enjoy. Oops, didn't mean to say that, but okay.
There's a lot of meaning crammed into that word. We let the local iwi and hapu guide our conservation practices here at Te Awaroa.
Preserving the past, safeguarding the future. Kaitiakitanga is a Maori word that can be translated as guardianship or preservation. A complex concept if it refers to methods of safeguarding resources for future generations, though through preserving the Maori or life force of the land. Some examples include enforcing raui or restrictions on the harvesting of food in certain seasons or areas, taking only what's needed, and hunting and fishing for food rather than sport. Conservationists in New Zealand work closely with the iwi and hapu tribes and subtribes to uphold Kaitiakitanga. The philosophy can be summarized in the Maori saying, Ko au te awa, ko te awa, ko awa. I am river, the river is me. I am the river, the river is me. They always make interesting noises. Oh, yes! Yes! How far away is he? He is 180 meters. Please. Please be what I think he is. Please. Let's go! Let's go! A diamond sika deer. That's something I've always wanted after seeing them when I initially saw them. Because they look like just smaller red deer. That's awesome. That is awesome as hell. Man. Oh, that makes me feel so happy. Alright. Time to get rid of threes. Are you gonna make it easy on me now? Gosh, it's so nice to just mark them. Uh-oh. I'll take it. Dang it.
My kuia, bless her heart, was a mean tāneko weaver. I shouldn't pass it on, but these days there's a lot of local artisans combining those tried and true techniques with modern designs.
Weaving stories. Taniko is a traditional Maori weaving technique that does not require the use of a loom. Instead, a line of muka fiber was stretched between two pegs pounded into the ground. These days, a frame is often used instead. After almost having died out in the late 20th century, Taniko has been revived as part of a broader cultural interest in traditional practices and can be combined with modern designs to produce everything from bags to clothing to headbands. Is that the last one? That is the last one. Alright, we're almost there. Took a bit, but I got it. Yep, that's all of it. So one more hut it looks like. One more house, and then we're done with getting that, and I will finish off the map.
Size of a chicken, flightless and hairy. No idea how they became an icon for New Zealand. But I sure do love those little critters.
An unlikely celebrity. The kiwi is a hairy, flightless bird endemic to New Zealand, the smallest living member of the Ratchetae group, which includes ostrich, emus, and rheas. Found primarily in temperate forests, habitat loss and intrusion by invasive mammalian predators have forced them to adapt to grassland and non-native forest. Kiwi have lent their name to the common nickname for New Zealanders and an unlikely national icon. Are a priority for conservation efforts in the country. Studies have shown that only a small fraction of chicks, 5 to 10%, survive to adulthood without management. That's just called circle of life. But oh well. I want a kiwi. That would be cool.
You can just leave it on the desk inside there. I hope Mum will be happy it's back in the family. Right, well I know you came here on holiday and... Huh? Did you hear that? Could it really be? It's close. Sounds like just beyond the outpost. Turn that camera on again. We're not done here yet. These are brand new. I can almost feel how close you are. Follow the call. It couldn't have gone far. Look, mate, I'm a park ranger first and foremost, so I've got to remind you of something.
That's the
In
best
this
answer,
jurisdiction,
but I'll take it.
moose are considered deer, and deer are pests. There. What a set of antlers to boot. Even if I've got a personal soft spot for the poor thing, I can't fault you for wanting that trophy.
He looks
Here.
nice though.
Of course. Old bloke wanted to give us some scenery to admire. If you decide not to harvest it, make sure to at least take a good photograph. That action cam's not up to much there. I'll let you make the call. Don't dither though. We know this one's wily. A hit! After him!
Not bad antlers, I like it.
I can't fault you for that decision, Eho. Picture yourself bragging to your grandkids about how you harvested New Zealand's last moose. Antlers hanging proudly above the fireplace. You've got the proof. And I've got a story. Final chapter. Last of its kind. Or the spirited adventures of the stoic hunter and the elusive prey. Resplendent sword, eat your heart out. Speaking of which, this must be what spooked Barden, right? A creature from another world? Just like one of those, things from his movie? Quite the reaction, but then I guess he was still pretty munted. When I spoke to Melanie, she said that there's apparently been protests in town against the films that have been made here. Some of the Kiwi actors involved have cited poor working conditions, things like that. I have to say, I'm glad to see people rally around a common cause, even if I can't help but feel somewhat responsible for this whole debacle. But that's over and done with. The important thing is that we're changing tack, going all in on what this place needs. You know, they even invited me to an advanced screening of the film. I think I'll be not so politely declining. Well, that's that. As I was saying earlier, I know you originally came here to get away from it all, so why don't you take that time now and enjoy yourself? I'll be in touch again soon. Kia ora. It's been a while. You enjoying yourself out in the bush? There's nothing I love more than strapping a pack on and getting lost out there. So I'm glad you've had the chance to wind down and take it in after all that excitement earlier. Got a couple of updates for you. First and foremost, we released the promo film a few days ago. It's been wild. Phone's ringing off the hook kind of wild. In fact, we're almost fully booked for the autumn season already. I should be celebrating, but I've been sitting in my office, laser focused on how we're going to keep day tripper numbers down. We're not legally allowed to charge an entry fee, and quotas are hard to enforce, so maybe the solution is an outreach. Give those snot-nosed students a taste of the work we do here. Who knows? Might even make conservationists out of some of them. Anyway, the film's up, but we're still working on some final touches to the website. Oh, and the marketing team had a request. There's an old lighthouse by the coast that they'd like a few shots of. Can you head over there and I'll fill you in on everything else that's been happening?
Alright, almost there. I believe.
So, the bloke with the antlers, the firm we hired to do the promo film has gotten in touch with one of the big online networks, and they're up for the idea of turning your moose chase into a documentary. I'm still working on my book, but I'm thinking this could be a good accompaniment. You've seen the show, now get the details, straight from their moose's mouth. Of course, they want to use your footage, and maybe even get an interview. You keen? Give it a think. Good opportunity to raise your profile, though I get the feeling that's not something that matters all that much to you. That's why I like you, Eho. What you see is what you get. In other news, Josh convinced me to let him go to that advanced screening of Resplendent Sword. He loved it, the brat, but then he must have read the books cover to cover about 10 times. He said, get this, he said that it had a strong message about environmentalism and cooperation. You think the same people who left all those messes behind came up with that? Hypocritical rubbish. It has given him a newfound appreciation for the reserve, though. He's even expressed an interest in hunting for the first time in his entire life. I think it's as much your influence as anything, but he's not going to admit to that anytime soon. The lighthouse is just up the path off the beach here. Speaking of Resplendent Sword, the protests have continued and the demolition of the commune made it into the local papers. I actually received a lot of support, even from people I wouldn't have expected it from. It's been humbling. I'm not going to go out of my way to drop in on the town, especially now I'm so busy with the book, but it is nice to feel like you're part of a community again. Here's a good spot. Moody. Let's get one a little closer up too. This beach is where I saw that moose cow about 35 years ago. She was staring out at the sea, looked heaps lonely. It probably won't surprise you to learn that I was kind of a weird kid, introverted and a bit in my own world. There was something about her that connected with me then, and still does. No one's manned this place for decades. Perfect. I'll send these on right away. Bolted shut. Right. Let's grab a close-up from around here. It's been quite the adventure we've embarked on, eh? I can finally see a future for this place where we're not at the mercy of outside actors. And that's in no small part thanks to you. To preserve Te Awaroa's heritage and safeguard our unique biodiversity requires constant vigilance, but I think I'm up for the challenge. Wouldn't you agree, Eho?
And I'm gonna die. Or not. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. As we finish off Te Awaroa, we got some good trophies in this one. With that diamond Sika deer, which I was been craving for a long time. And the moose, which is a nice nice addition to the collection. So hope you guys enjoyed, as now we move on to Rancho del Arroyo, and I will see you guys in the next one. Good times.